It's time for Westside.Technology Declassified, where we reveal the inner workings of technology operations at District 66. This is episode number 8, recorded Thursday, November 17th, 2016. Matt Lee and Greg Betts are here with me again today, and we're going to be focusing, along with other things, upon the new Google Sites, the Apple Teacher Program, and using Preview to do annotations. Dr. Betts and Dr. Lee, how are you gentlemen doing today?
Hey, great, Paul. Yourself?
Very good.
Morning, everybody, or I guess it's afternoon now, isn't it?
Afternoon. Dr. Lee must have been busy over there at the middle school today.
Yep, hanging out here. We're doing a little bit of a technology drop-in help where people can come by and ask us anything about technology, Blackboard, online learning. We're here to help with whatever they need help with.
Oh, great. Well, hey, thanks for taking a break out of your busy schedule today.
You have a great background there, Dr. Lee. The big CRT TV and the ventilation shaft and the refrigerator. Looks good.
Yep, it does. High tech.
All right. Well, I can start off here with a quick little announcement about the Professional Learning Day coming up in January. We are really close to finalizing all of our descriptions from our presenters, and so be on the lookout. We have some great technology sessions offered from in-district teachers and from our friends over at ESU3. So it's going to be really good, and I think very interesting and applicable for teachers.
Greg, for this one, is there a theme to the PD Day, or is it just kind of anything related to stuff that we've been talking about over the last year or so?
Yeah, I would say it's not just one theme like on instruction. It is anything that deals with our strategic plan. So it just supporting teachers in many different ways with a lot of the things that we've been doing. So we're trying to provide support and meet some of the requests from our teachers.
Very cool.
Sounds good.
So I wanted to take a minute here, if we might, and talk about a really cool resource that we have available to us now. If you didn't know, we were one of the early schools to pilot the brand new Google Sites that Google's just released. And as of about last week, I think, it just went live. And so now everybody has access to the brand new Google Sites. And so I want to take just a quick minute here and share with you guys some of the new features and how to access it and how to get help. So let's see here.
Just wondering, how long has it been that we've been in the beta program, the trial program?
That's a really good question. We've been in the beta program for about 2 to 3 months, and we've had a couple select teachers try it out. But now is the time it'll be rolled out to everybody.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so let me show you here. This is where you might have gone before to access Google Sites. It's just sites.google.com, and you log in with your Westside information. You can also access it from the waffle menu here, and when you click that and come down to Sites, it'll take you there. And this is the old Sites, or as they call them now, the classic Google Sites.
Classic already.
Yes, it's classic. But over on the right here, or on the left rather, it has a button that says New Google Sites. And so when you click that, it'll take you to the brand new page. And so you might recognize how the graphics look a little bit more similar to some of the newer versions of Google Forms and Google Docs. That look and feel is here too. So you can see I have 3 different Google Sites here. And if I want to make a brand new one, I just come down and hit the plus, and it'll walk me through creating a brand new Google site. And you'll notice that it's really easy. It's drag and drop. It's just click and go. So if I wanted to give my page a title, I just click here, my awesome web site. If I wanted to add text on the bottom, I just double click and I can choose, do I want to insert a file from Drive, upload something, add a picture, add a URL or an embed, or add text. And so I'll do text. If I want to make it just half the screen, I can make that half the screen, hello world. And if I wanted to add something over here, I can add an image. So I'll add a picture of me writing hi. and I can shrink that down, and you'll see it pops up with a grid as I'm doing this. So it's really simple, really quick, really easy. Drag and drop. I can move these around. If I wanted to color that, I can give color. I can make new pages by adding it there. I can select from a few themes that they have. And since it is Google, it's built on collaboration. So when we talk about collaborating in Google, we want to have lots of people to be able to edit the same page. You can do that with the Google site. So the same way you click the guy with the plus icon to add a collaborator, you can do that with Google Sites now and have multiple people go in and work and edit on the same page, which I think makes it really slick. It runs well. Since it's early in the release cycle, being it just got released a few days ago, there are a couple limitations that I think I should mention. The first is that you can only create the sites on a desktop, so a Mac or a PC, and only using Firefox or Chrome. It doesn't work yet in Safari. They say that's coming soon, but that's one of the things that they're working on implementing. And there's also some limitations with the number of themes and colors that you can use. Again, it's early, and so they're rolling out those additional themes later on once they get everything working the way they want it to work. Now, if you do have questions,
I have a question, Matt. There are a lot of different free platforms for making websites like Wix and other ones. Why are we encouraging teachers to use Google Sites when they need to make some kind of a web page or web presence?
That's an awesome question. I mean, there's a couple different reasons. The first is that Google Sites are controlled by Westside. So they're part of our domain. They're being able to be managed by the district. So if something were to happen, we can go in and do that. The other reason is that it's hosted in your Google Drive. So that same Google Drive that you use for docs and forms and sheets, it's also hosting this website. So you don't have to worry about limits about the size of files that you can upload because we have unlimited storage space on Google Drive. You can put as much as you want onto this website and never have to worry about it running out of space. You can also put restrictions on who can access it. So if you wanted to make something that was just for internal use, like a resource site for teachers or for your students, you can limit who has access to this Google site, just like you would a Google Doc that you created. So I mean, I think those are kind of the biggest, is it's controlled by Westside, it resides in your Google Drive, there's no limits on storage space, and you can control the permissions of who shares. Oh, and there's no advertising because it's linked to Westside.
Yeah, I was going to think about that.
You don't have to worry about advertising popping up or something taking over the screen, or something inappropriate coming up getting advertised. So I think that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Hey Matt, that the paddle that you had for controlling things, like when you double clicked.
Yeah.
It looks familiar, like an early 2000s iPod wheel. Like, oh, look at that little wheel. The wheel's back.
The return of the click wheel.
Click wheel. That looks like a click wheel.
Let me show you.
So in other words, you really can reinvent the wheel, right?
Let me show you one other thing, because I went through that kind of quick. If you do have questions or want additional information, on Area 66, if you go to area66.westside66.org, I have a new post up there that says the new Google Sites. And when you click on that, it'll give you all of the resources that you need to get started. So there's a Get Started page that walks you through steps 1 through 4 on how to make a site and share it. There's a cheat sheet that you can download. I have a link to take you directly to that page to make new Google Sites. And then I have some of that information I talked about using Firefox or Chrome on the Mac to edit it. And so, I mean, all of that's right there, right on Area 66.
Excellent. That's really cool, Matt. Hey, one website, one system that we subscribe to as a district, and we've talked about it frequently, is Lynda.com. And we try to highlight one particular course or clip in Lynda.com to encourage people to check that out. Greg, do you have a good piece of Lynda to share with us today?
Yeah, so the one that I've finished and taken is Body Language for Leaders. And what I liked about it is that it really is for anyone, not just for leaders. It just really, it's about an hour, and it just really has you think through how your body language is conveyed in communicating to others. And so much of our communication that we do is nonverbal. So great course, pretty quick and easy to go through, and worth your time.
Okay, and again, Lynda.com. On Area 66, we do have instructions. If they search for Lynda.com, there is a page that will show you how to get logged on if you haven't been there before. Is that correct, Matt?
That is correct. Yep. Just go to Area 66 and you can either search for Lynda, or I think it'll show up on the front page. And Lynda is lynda.com.
Excellent. Thanks, Greg, for sharing that with us.
Hey, you're welcome.
Matt, I hear that you're big on the new Apple Teacher program.
Yes, I want to just do a quick promo for Apple Teacher. It's a program that just gives you a chance to earn some badges to learn more about kind of the core Apple products of iWork and iLife. And if I can share this here. So Apple Teacher, it was designed to kind of let you learn more about some of those apps that you might not know about. And so maybe if you're a Mac user and you use Pages every day, you feel pretty comfortable with Pages, but you might not have ever used GarageBand, or you might not have thought about how you could combine Numbers and iMovie together along with Pages for a project that students were using. And so it's really cool. It's quick and easy. It has a book you can download for each of the different topics, including kind of the final summative topics. You can read through the book. There's a quick 5-question quiz at the end of each application and at the end of the summative quizzes. And if you pass those, you get a badge. And once you have accomplished all 8 badges for either the Mac or the iPad or both, you're certified as an Apple Teacher. And so we've had several people in the district so far get it, and we're featuring those on Area 66. And I have a section here called Apple Certified Teachers at Westside. And when you take a look, you'll see that we're starting to get more and more teachers who have become Apple certified. So you get this fancy badge that you can add to your email signature, and you get your name put up here on our brag board.
Ooh, look at that guy there, number 7.
Number 7? Oh, Greg Betts, you're Apple certified, or an Apple certified teacher.
I haven't got through the iPad training yet, and I really enjoyed the process, especially getting to know some of the other just cool little things that the programs do that you don't think about or have time to learn on your own. So doing that is definitely a structured way to learn those applications.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool just to be able to, to learn something new about an app that, maybe you use every day, but you didn't realize it could be used in this way. So check out Area 66, hit Apple Teacher on the side, and there'll be a link to where you can go to Apple's website, and you can start going through it. And I would just say, once you complete it, shoot me an email with your confirmation from Apple, and I will get you added to that list.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Now, I think, Paul, you have something to share with us about maybe working with PDFs on the Mac. Is that right?
Yes. Are you seeing my screen sharing, gentlemen?
We are, yep.
Okay, so this is just a graphic image that I took from my own computer by doing a screenshot, doing Command-Shift-3 to get the little crosshairs and select a portion from my Google Mail window to get this as an example. And last week, Matt showed how to do annotation on screenshots and other images on iOS on an iPad. And so I'm going to show how to do it using Preview.
Hey, Paul, did you mean Apple Shift 4 or Command Shift 4?
No, I meant Command Shift 3. Doesn't that give you the crosshairs?
I think it's Command Shift 4.
Yeah, I think 3 does your whole screen, and then 4 does. Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying. I don't even think about it, so I just do it, and it works.
Muscle memory, just that muscle memory.
Muscle memory, but thanks, guys. Yeah, so 3 does the entire screen, 4 gives you the crosshairs where you can select part of it. Thank you for clarifying there. But once you've got it and I open it up, Preview generally is the default. that images open on a Mac. But if it doesn't, you can just go to preview and do a file and open and get the graphic open that you want. And when we're in preview, they have the little box icon in the toolbar here, and then it introduces for us a set of tools. And I'm just going to show a couple here. Not going to show everything, but over here on the shape menu, we click down here. One that I often use when I'm using documentation. In fact, I sent a message out to everybody today about spam filters and their spam folders. And so we can go ahead and select an item, an arrow. So if I was doing documentation, I wanted to draw attention to something in particular, I could select the arrow, point it in there, and then add that. So there's a lot of different things that you can add. Squares, different shapes. This is a text bubble, which is kind of cool because what it allows you to do, it wouldn't be probably appropriate for this setting, for this graphic, but it allows you to add basically somewhat like an arrow and then go ahead and add text in there as well. That can be used for that use too. So there are a lot of different things you can do. You can set the width of the lines of your arrows. You can set colors. You can put text in, all kinds of things. And then you simply save the image, and then you can use that anywhere you want in Pages and Keynote or in an email, much like I did today. So Preview, for being a very simple app that people kind of overlook sometimes, really has some powerful things, and the annotation tools are one of those sets of powers that it has.
Very cool. I keep, going back to all these tools are available for free. On the iPad, being able to annotate those, previews built in. I think that's a really nice kind of value add to take better advantage of the stuff you already have.
And I think that they're just tools and skills that we just can use all the time. I mean, I know I do that all the time when I'm creating documentation or communication. I know you guys do it when you're doing tutorials to put on Area 66. You're using those types of tools to create and communicate, and it's just really useful thing that we do day in and day out.
Well, thank you for sharing that. We'll have to get more people to try that out. I like that call out button there that you were able to add.
Yes. So is there anything else that you guys have to share before we sign off?
Hey, have a happy Thanksgiving. We got a short week next week, but that time goes fast. So if we don't see you, have a happy Thanksgiving.
And then remember, as you build your holiday list, those backup drives are always a good thing to add to your holiday list.
Oh, good call. And if you want to save your eyes, you just put on your Gunner glasses, takes out the blue.
All right, well, have a good day, you guys.
Hey, you too, guys.
Okay.
See you later.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Greg.
Thanks.
Yep, bye.